Okay, good morning everyone. So for today's class, we are going to make a mask for our character. So basically, we will not use in Blender. We will just directly using the geometry inside 3D Code to finish the mask. After that, we are going to create the neck and also a spine for our models. For that part, we will using some new tools for doing that. So let's get started. In the last tutorial, we have already created a lot of different objects and using layer to control them. It's a very good way. If you put so many objects in the same layer, they will be merged together and there's no way to bring them back. So, since right now we are going to create a new face mask, so we can just go to here, click this button and create a new layer and rename this one face mask. Okay? And if you want to clean up this layer and merge them together, how can we do that? Very simple. We can just right click and choose in merge with, or call that one move to. Let's move this one to skull, so it will disappear. So that would be the way to merge the layer together. And remember one important thing, although we can use so many layers to manage your object, however, it will increase the size of your file. So once you finish your model, once you finish the object, if you can, then just merge them so that you can hugely save the size of the file. Alright, let's get started. So first the things I want to do is to create a bird beak-like mask. Okay, just like that kind of medieval Black Death doctor face mask. So let's go to press your spacebar, call out the primitives, right? Call out the primitive. And basically for this part, it's pretty much the same, just like the Greeble and the default geometry we have, but it's another quick access to do that. The things I want to use is cone. So let's just choosing cone. Make sure they stay in the same in the center. If you accidentally rotate them, it's okay. You can just reset the axis and it will bring the size back to the original. And also right now it's a little bit too small, so let's choose to center mask, move the pivot to the center, and also reset the scale. I hope that one can bring them bigger. Okay, so right now it's bigger. Let's choose the inner box and start to enlarge this one. Let's move in. Please remember the hotkey for navigate inside 3D Code, otherwise it will be very hard for you to do the rest of the operations. Alright, so let's move inside and zoom in. Enlarge the size of the cone and make this one bigger. I hope that one can completely cover the face. Okay, probably something like this. Okay, pretty good. So next thing, let's rotate this one. Hold on your control key and you can do the rotation based on 45 or 30 degrees. So right now I think it is fine. Move them down. You can go to the side view, right view. Okay, probably something like this. Once you finish, then choosing apply. So it will become a real geometry, not a preview one. And let's give this one some material. Probably I'd like to use this dirty or rusty metal. It will be better than the other ones. Okay, so pretty much done. Now we can go back to the brush mode. So let's just choosing one of them. Probably let's choosing clone. And you can jump out of the primitive mode. Okay, so now we're going to do the modeling. So make sure you have turned on the symmetry. Okay, so enable symmetry and the red plane, if you have already checked this button, then the red plane, the mirror plane will show up. Next things, the things we have to do is to temporarily turn off the rest part in order to avoid touch them. Otherwise, when you turn on this cone, probably you will also draw something on the rest of models. That will not be the things we want to see. Okay, so let's choosing this layer and press space bar. I want to use move tool here. Move tool is very convenient. Basically, it's just like using your own finger to grab the model and put them to the right position. So the first things I want to do is just like this. I want to move them down and make a curve on that. And please remember one important thing. Inside 3D code, there's no way to be precise. So you can only using probably the visual accuracy or visual controlling to deal with your model. It's not like Rhino sees, or it's not like that kind of computer-aided software. Alright, anyway, you can enlarge the brush, make them bigger so that it will affect it more. So let's move them up. Make the cone looks like a bird's beak. Okay, probably something like that. Then let's go to the top view. Slightly adjust the shape of the bird's beak. Okay. Probably for the front part, I would just simply delete that, so no worry about that. Let's go to the front view. Just make the side become a little bit flattened. We can using another tool to do that later, but right now let's just use a manually way to do that. Okay, so right now you can see there is a very slight line come out on the top of the beak. Also here, let's do the same thing. So the section of this beak actually will looks like I think it will look like a diamond shape. Okay, so just using your brush, slightly morph your model. Okay, pretty much done. So for the rest part right here, let's just using fill. Hold on your control key and to remove this part. I don't think we need these kind of things. Okay, just like this. So for the rest of our, how can we make this part probably more flattened or probably more geometrical? Let's press spacebar, and now we can try to using one trim. I think trim can work in this way. Another one, we can go to find brush, which name flattens. Flatten brush can somehow make your surface become a flattened plane, but it will become a little bit too sharp. So using that carefully. Okay, I think that one looks nice. So let's go back to using fill. For this part, I will start to speed up my process. So for you guys, you can just simply try that by yourself. Okay, so pretty much done. I think that's it. So next part we are going to add some detail and also probably to deal with these two things about the skin and also the scalp. So first thing is that choosing the layer face mask. Press spacebar. We still can do some manipulation on the whole object. We can press spacebar and go to transform, choosing this transform tool. Move this one probably a little bit far away, and also we can enlarge them one more time. So I want to deal with the relationship between the face mask and also the skull, because right now it seems like they are intersected. I don't want this kind of thing to happen. So how can we do that? First things I will using boolean tool to cut off from the face mask. Let's choosing the skull, duplicate one more, so it will show you a skull copy. Basically, this operation is pretty much the same, just like what we did about merge layer, but this time it's substrate. So let's right click this layer, choosing substrate from, and choosing the one you want to cut off, which means the face mask. So let's take a look. If we turn off that, well, you can see that there's the result. It helped us to cut off from the face mask. Pretty successful. Next one, let's do the same things on the skin. Copy one more, right click, subtract from, choosing face mask. So let's turn off the skin and let's turn off the rest of the things. So it successfully helped us to cut off from the face mask. Now we can start to deal with the rest of the part. Let's use in fill, or you can use in smooth as well. Smooth will be faster, so let's just choosing smooth. And don't forget to transform that, turn that one to the default brush. Okay, I think that's it. We can leave this kind of unsymmetry stuff because since our model is not a symmetry one, so I think it is okay. Let's choose in fill and to fill in this kind of gap. Okay, pretty much done. So next part, I want to create a mouse on that. So let's go to the side view. How can we do that? Very simple. For this part, it's more about the detailed drawing. So you can design by yourself. You don't have to completely follow my operations. So first things, let's go to using airbrush, my favorite brush. And then let's choose, you can use in curve or you can choose in vertex line. I think both of them are fine. For myself, this time I will try to use in curve. Basically for curve, well, pretty much the same, just like the vertex, but this one sometimes not that easy to control the curvature. So for example, it would be like this. Okay, all right. Anyway, probably I should go back to using vertex line. Let's choose this one. Hold on your Control key, and I want to engrave in this one. So. Probably we can go higher. Okay, so now we have. For the rest of the part, let's try to increase some detail on that. Okay, pretty much done. So the next things we can just keep adding on some details, not only about the crease, also probably on the border. We still can do this kind of organic patterns and also probably some details like this kind of bolt on your face mask. So I will do that by myself, just using my own tempo and speed. And you don't have to completely follow my operation, but I would say the point will be this part, also this part, and also probably we can make some different design, like a void design right here. For that part, I will explain how to do that. But please try to finish the rest detail, like the border area, button area, and also the nose hole area by yourself. Okay, so for the face mask, I will stop right here. Next part, I want to make a hollow design on this face mask. So how can we do that? Very simple. Let's just choosing the cutoff tools right here. Let's press spacebar and go to find cutoff tool. For this time, I want to using the vertex lasso. So I want to make a holes right here and also probably create some detail like this kind of machine stuff on the hole right here. So that will be my target. Let's try to do that. So let's choosing the vertex cutoff tool and choosing vertex lasso and using this one to cut off that. You can design the shape by yourself. Don't forget to close the holes. Okay, so that will be the result. Not bad, but I think it's a little bit too much. I don't think this part is good, but we can fix that later. So let's just keep like using this one. Let's using fill to smooth the border. Sometimes probably you will feel why we have this kind of pixelated border right here. Well, that's because we don't have enough resolution. You can see here that's the total number of the triangle faces. So if you want to have more detail, you can increase the resolution right here. But don't use this one too many times, otherwise your file will get super huge. Let's increase. So you can see now you have a much more smooth face than before. Alright, let's fill this part. Using fill and Control key to smooth the border. Okay, not bad. So for the next things, we can try to increase the detail and also make this one a little bit flattened. So now let's try to add on some detail right here. If you are afraid of to making this one fuck up, so you can just simply create a new layer and don't merge them at the very beginning. Once you finish your design, then you can merge them together. So right now I want to create some detail right here. So probably we can use in Greebo again. Let's take a look. I want to use this one. And let's choose in auto scale to center mask, reset space, reset axis to main axis to center mask auto scale. Okay, just choosing all of them. Okay, so now let's move them to here. Let's rotate. Hold on your Control key to rotate them vertically. Enlarge the size. Okay, basically just like a cube, and I hope that it can look like some kind of probably oxygen supplier, etc. Alright, so let's choose in apply. Let's give this one some material so that we can see more clear. Let's take a look. Let's go to base clay. Alright, so that's the result. It looks okay, but I hope that the first one can be bigger. So let's choose in spacebar and go to find transform. And let's enlarge this one. Okay, cool. So I wanted more, but I don't want to spend time to redo that. And also this one is empty. I think it's not the right things. It's okay. Let's just simply using primitive. Let's choosing cones. And also interesting thing, it will be like this. The things you have done in the last line, it will be stored in your computer so that you don't have to redo that again. But if you want to bring the setting to the default setting, then just choosing this one. Pretty much the same, just like what we did when we are working on Greebo. Choosing reset scale, reset position, reset axis to center match, etc. Something like that. Okay. So next things, we are going to use capsule. Let's rotate. Okay, large this one. Okay, once you finish, choosing apply, so it will be done. Alright, and also probably there is still some empty hole in this geometry. We can just simply do this operation to fix that. Right click and choose fill void, and it will help us to fill the void holes inside this method. Okay, so I think this one is pretty nice. I want to keep using that. We can just simply copy and move this one to the position we want, probably like here. Scale down. Okay, so pretty much done. Once you confirm, then we can just simply merge them together. Right click, merge with, and choosing the value 53. Rename this one. So probably O2. Let's call this one like O2. So this part is pretty much done. For the rest of the part, I think we still can add on some detail right here. Let's go to the face mask again, choosing airbrush. Or if you want, you can also try to using stencil. Stencil is also a very powerful way to deal with the detail. But for this time, I want to do some customized detail. So let's just simply quickly draw that. Alright, so the next part, just like what we did before, let's deal with the gap between the air supplier and the face mask. So let's copy one more O2, choosing right click, subtract from, and choosing face mask. Cut off from the face mask. So now we will have this kind of holes. So next thing is we can use in the fill brush to fill the gap here, and also there will be some this kind of little error happen. So we can use in fill to fix that. Okay, so let's fill the gap. Okay, so just like this. So now we have. Next things, we can try to create some pipe between the joint. Probably this one I want to connect to here, and that one I think we can also probably connect to the earphone here, something like that. So we can use in this way to create some detail. Let's try to do that. So now we are going to create the pipeline between these joints. So how can we do that? Very easy. First thing is we can try to using curve. Another one is we can use tube. Both of them are fine, up to you. For this time, I will using curve. So for the curve, it will be composed by multiple joints, like this kind of green sphere. Let's choose the first one, second one, third one, etc. So now we have third point. And once you click the point, you can move and adjust the position. Also, you can somehow, probably I want to scale down this one. We can do that as well. Alright. So once you finish, well, for now it just looks like a regular tube, but I wanna it has some details unlocked. So we can go to here, there's a chain icon. Let's go to choosing the one you want to use, or we can do the customization by yourself. But for this time, let's just using the default model. Okay, so now we have. So once you finish choosing apply, so now we will have this one. So for the rest part, let's just using the same idea. Let's go to here, create a new sphere. But we can just remove the old one. Let's choosing delete curve or clear all. Let's choosing clear all and create a new curve. For this time, I want this to be inserted to probably here. Okay, let's just using the pivot to control the positions. Maybe around here. If you don't need so many spheres, you can just choose delete point to delete that. Okay, I think it's pretty much done. So let's choose and apply. So now we have it. Let's turn on the skin. I want to take a look about the overall view. Sorry, I accidentally transformed that one into surface. It's okay. Alright, so that's the result. Let's turn on everything and take a look about the final one. Also, I want to give the pipe some preview material. So probably this one. Okay, looks not bad. Alright, so now let's go to the render view to take a look about the final result. So as far as I can see right now, it's much more elegant, I would say. You can see that there are some very nice detail on your surface geometries. Let's go to the perspective. Okay, so that's it. So for the next part, we are going to do the spines. Also, we can use the same idea and same technique to do that. This the curve technique to do that. But for me, I think the shape of the curve doesn't look very good, so I'd like to change it a little bit. We still can do that, but for sure you cannot using the curve tool and also the point editing to do that, but we can still using some brush technique to do that. So let's press your spacebar and call out the move tool, and probably we can go to the top view. And let's using the move tool to somehow morph or slightly adjust the shape of your cube. But one more thing, because for the cube, if you're using curve to do that, it will keep all the detail. But if you're using brush to do that, basically the detail somehow will lose. So please using the best way to deal with the things you want to do. Okay, so I think that's it. That's all for today. So for the next part, the things we are going to do will be about the spine and also probably some muscle on the neck. So that will be the next part. So please try to finish the progress for this week. See you next time.